All right, item number 12, wastewater rate methodology for septic collars. This is going to be a stimulating discussion, I'm sure. Diana.
It always
have to
is when
smell
it
it.
comes
It's
to
okay with me.
wastewater. So with the adoption of the wastewater rates, we changed the methodology in how we charge septic collars. Previously, they were charged based upon the gallon that they discharge at the wastewater treatment facility with a minimum of 400 gallons. With the adopted rate study, we changed it so it's based upon whatever the truck is rated for. So if it's a 2,000 gallon truck, they pay based upon 2,000 gallons. We've received some feedback from the septic collars because a lot of times they're not coming to the plant with a full truck. So it might be a 2,000 gallon rated truck, but they're only coming with, 1,200 gallons. So under a current rate structure, based upon the 2,000 gallons, they'd be paying $686. If you go back to the previous rate structure where they're just paying based upon the actual volume that's discharged, they would be paying $411.60. So what staff is recommending is to go back to the past practice of charging based upon the actual volume with a minimum of 400 gallons. The revenues that were projected in the rate study were based upon actual historical volumes and not based upon these minimum charges based upon the rating of the truck. And so what we're proposing, particularly with this proposed rate, is that the cost per gallon would stay at the 34 cents per gallon, and then a 400 gallon minimum charge of $137.28. So we're asking that you adopt a resolution to make that change.
Any questions of Diana?
Yes, through the mayor. Diana, one of the questions that I had earlier today had to do with, it was a 218 process. How is it possible that we could actually make a change of this nature? And you're going to have to remember what we discussed because I can't quite remember how it came together. But it's because, if I remember right, in the study and in the 218, it was based upon the gallonage, and that's why we were able to go backwards to going back to that rather than and to go less rather than keeping it at the minimum rate that you were going to charge.
Correct.
So if you can explain that a little better.
Right. So what was approved through the Proposition 218 process is the max that the city can charge. And because we're actually proposing something less than what was approved through the max, that's how we can do it and still be in compliance with Proposition 218.
Right.
It is essentially what we did with the water,
Yes.
and we didn't change the sewer rate.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, action from the council.
I move to approve the item.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?